Hey everybody, Deborah with Pinching Pesos here, and it's time for Stupid What Live. So we are looking at the week of October the 2nd through October the 8th. Boy, was it a sad, sad week. I had some days that week. I had 2 days that week where I had no sales at all. This was the week that preceded me going in and changing all of my pricing. And I'll show you what changing all of my pricing did for the following week. So what I had going on was, I forgot that Google does not like screen sharing screen sharing Chrome pages. So let me get whatchamanuggets, Firefox up real quick, because I want to show you something that I didn't even know existed, and I've had the hub for the last year. I had it when it was in super beta, and I didn't even know this was even an option until Matt Lennon showed me. He was just showing a little sales graph, and I was like, oh my goodness, where did that come from? And he's like, oh, it's over here. I was super stoked. So you'll be excited too if you have the hub. So let me go ahead and check the chat real quick before I get started with that, and then we'll get going. Oh my goodness, Craig. Hi, Craig. I miss Craig. Who the heck is doing thumbs downs? Some people don't like me. And that's okay. You don't have to like me. But anyway, okay, no questions yet. So let's just go ahead and get started, and I want to show you this new little option that I found. Okay. So on the hub, it shows you your sales update area, which I really like a lot. I never even paid any attention to this little arrow right here. If you go to this little arrow, you can actually put it back to whatever date section you would like. So we're going to go to the week that we're talking about, and then you can see why I said it was dismal. $225 in sales. Pretty yuck. I believe it was on the 4th and on the 8th. I had nothing going on in my sales. But if I go to the following week, which will be in next week's sales update, double the amount of sales. And everything totally changed after Tuesday. You can see Tuesday I had no sales. And Tuesday I spent that entire afternoon changing my pricing. And I was trying to price more competitively. And then you can see what happened with Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It was totally awesome. So there was this huge increase in sales following Tuesday when I spent that afternoon and Wednesday morning repricing all of my stuff so that I had a little more competitive pricing. Because I've said it before, I'm not in the storage business, and I've got way too much stuff here. So it's got to go. So let me just go ahead and share with you what I sold. It was so sad. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 windows open. That's it. 8. It was $225.41 in sales on eBay, came to a profit of $114.10, and then I had a measly little $55.41 in sales on Amazon that came to a profit total of $10.19 after fees and everything else. So, yeah, it was a $340 in sales, and oh no, that's a lie, $280 in sales and $125 in profit. But the rest of the month has been pretty fantastic. So it was just a bad start to October, but the next couple of weeks, I'm pretty happy with. So let's go ahead and let me show you what I got. It shouldn't take too long at all. No, I don't want to share that page. Okay. So the first thing I sold was a part. It was actually a water filter to a Senseo coffee machine. Senseo coffee machines are a really good find. If you look them up, they sell really well. I typically find them at the store for less than $10. You have to really watch and pay attention because sometimes they don't have all of the parts and you don't really notice until you get it home. I tend to not notice because I get all excited that I found a machine. And a lot of the times they don't work. So you definitely have to make sure that you test these units. And on top of that, you need to make sure that you are checking them for recall, because there were some units that were recalled that were the 7810, 7811 series that would catch on fire. And so you call Philips and you see if your machine is recalled, and if it's recalled, they actually have a program for you. So it's not a bad thing if you find a recalled machine. But you can see the used units can go anywhere. That one went for $75. That's cray-cray. And look at this one, had way more stuff and went for $45. But that's what they priced it at, right? They priced it at $45. This guy priced it at $75. Whatever. You're going to sell it for what you price it at. So you can see they range quite a bit. And I used to sell just the base with no parts on it at all, because I tend to find the machines without the water tanks. I think whenever they're arranging these in the donation bins, those water tanks just come right off. Like, they don't snap in or anything. They're just sitting there, and I think they just fall off. So the majority of the machines, like 75% of the machines that I find, they don't have the water tank with them. So I would sell just the base for $39.95. You can ship them Smart Post for around $10. And it's an easy sell. People love these machines, and I'm not really sure why, but they claim that they make great coffee, and people are very dedicated to them. This is the old model. I mean, there are newer models. They still make the Senseo. This is like the original one they came out with, and I guess people take their coffee very seriously, and they want to make sure that its flavor is consistent, so they want to stick with the machine that they have. These are all used units. So keep an eye out for them, and just make sure that you also check that it's not recalled. And like I said, it's not a bad thing if it is. But the unit that I sold the water tank for, it actually didn't work. So it was, I don't remember if it leaked, or I had one of them that had like a burn spot on the bottom. Like, it looked like they had like set it on their stove. I thought maybe it was one of the recalled units that caught on fire, and I was like, oh, I can totally call Senseo and tell them. But nope, it wasn't. So I think they just like set it on like a hot burner or something by accident. Question in the chat is, do you ship most of your parts in padded flat rate envelopes? No, I don't. I ship most of my parts first class. Like, this is a part. This is actually a Senseo water filter. I mean, not a water filter, pod holder. And it's just wrapped in 3 layers of bubble wrap, and I put the bubble wrap under the handles to make sure that it's supported, and then that's it. So most of them go in poly mailers. Those water tanks went in a box. Amazon normally sends me stuff in like those long, more flat boxes, and so I just use those. And then I have regular priority boxes. So a lot of things fit. If they're heavier, a lot of things will fit in a regional A box. So it costs you less than $8 to ship that. Okay, next. This little green M&M was in a bag of Plush, and I didn't think it was going to sell, but I went ahead and looked at it. It was tiny. It's only 8 inches from the bottom to the top. Fairly simple little green M&M, but I went ahead and did the research on it just real quickly just to see, to make sure it wasn't selling for $1, and they were going for a decent amount of money. So I went ahead and put it for $12.95 free shipping, and it shipped out first class under 8 ounces, so it cost me $2.60 to ship it, and it sold in less than a month. I was totally surprised about this thing. It cost me about $1. Easy sell. I love Plush. This went on best offer for $8. I've had this horse for a really long time. It had a buy cost of about 25 cents for me. I got it in a bag with a whole bunch of other Plush that I had paid $1.99 for. So it had, like I said, a buy cost of about 25 cents. And so I took a best offer of $8 plus shipping. They were really happy with their horse. They left me feedback. Okay, so I had this on a haul video. This is that rice cooker that I bought. I had this priced a little bit higher than this. I actually originally priced it about $89. I only had, what, $4.99 invested in this, I believe, and I wasn't wanting to just hang on to it. That day that it sold, I was actually in negotiations with somebody that was over in Jerusalem. I think they were in Jerusalem, and they didn't want to pay over $100 with their shipping. And the problem with the machine is it was teetering right at 4 pounds, and I wasn't sure if it was going to ship first class or priority mail. Like, I would have had to actually like package it up and had it completely packaged and weighed and ready and been like, okay, it is actually under 4 pounds. While I was in the process of negotiating with this man, somebody went ahead and offered me, I believe it was $55. Let me see. He offered me, yeah, $55 plus shipping. And I went, they only paid for Smart Post shipping. I went ahead and put it in a priority box just for the sake of it already having a box. So the profit on that was $39.19. So not a bad turnaround. And I didn't have to deal with shipping it over to Jerusalem. And then it possibly not getting there. And since I was about to take an offer of $60, you know, for that, it was gone. So I went with the easy money, and that's really kind of where I'm at right now in my business. Jesse's asking, how much was the eBay packing tape? Oh, I'm fuzzy again. Dang it. Okay. I think I'm not fuzzy. I know YouTube was doing that to me the other day, and I was all fuzzy. I look like, have you ever seen one of those filters that you can make it look like an oil painting? I look like an oil painting. The eBay packing tape I got, originally I bought it, what was it, $15, $18, I believe. And then they re-released it. A different company, I think, is printing it, and they re-released it for the eBay shipping supply store. So I just get it through the eBay shipping supply store with my coupon, because I get a $50 every quarter coupon. If you aren't aware, you get a coupon every quarter, if you have a store. If you have a basic store, you get 25. If you have a premium store, you get 50. And if you have an anchor store, you get $75. And so you can use that coupon towards your eBay shipping supplies. Okay. Next. Okay. I talked about this hot hoops because I was super excited in a haul video because I found extra basketballs. I found another set that was like a basic kind of hoop set, and it had the basketballs in there, and they were brand new. When I had originally bought this, it had all 4 balls, and I had taken the machine out and I was going to take pictures of it. And then somehow or another, I lost one of the balls, and I thought it was like maybe over in the corner away under the table and that I would find it eventually one day. I think it actually rolled into the trash can because when I rearranged my office, it totally wasn't behind anything. So I was totally stoked whenever I found that game. It was $2.99 for me to harvest the basketballs out of it. And I went ahead and listed it with the 4 balls, and it sold really quickly. I think it was less than 2 weeks from the time that I had it listed. So $29.95. It went... Yeah, they paid $11.51 in shipping, but it only cost me $9.38. So my profit on that was $21.86. And that included me adding a small dollar. I added $1 for me harvesting those balls out of the other game. I talk about baby cook machines. These are baby food makers. And what you do is you put water in here, and then there's a blending pitcher that goes on here and a little steamer basket that goes there. And the food basically, I think, steams and then blends. Like there's a chopping blade that goes in there as well and makes baby food. So I pick them up pretty much every time I see them if they're priced $6.99 or less. I've seen some stores, I don't know why, price them up higher, but generally they're $6.99 or less, and I part them out because the first thing that's going to sell is the chopping blade. The chopping blade will sell, I haven't looked at the pricing in a while. Let's see. And that's also a good idea. If you have something that you pick up every couple of months, like maybe every 4 months or 5 months you find something, it's a good idea to check the pricing again, because you never know with the market what's happened. So you can see this person here actually has a variation listing, very similar to the listings that I normally do for my parts if I have a bunch of units. Look at how many they've sold. 1,307. They probably in Google, if you Google like baby cook replacement parts, I bet you they're the #1 search result. Wonder what they're charging for theirs. Yeah, I just sold one of these little nuts and bolt things, the little nut that goes on the bottom of the chopping blade. I just sold one of those to England. So they're charging $18.99 for their chopping blade. And that's around about what I'm charging for mine. So that's good to know. Yeah, $15.29. So the chopping blades are still a good price. So these are still a good buy. Yep. Still a good buy. So my bases are always the last thing to sell, really. I'm so surprised that this pitcher hasn't sold yet, and this little steamer basket, because these little steamer baskets get lost or broken and then they don't have them anymore. And if the pitcher gets broken, the whole machine doesn't work. But I'm really surprised this hasn't. Maybe I've got something wrong in my keywords. But the base sold first on this one. It's also not the traditional colors because it's kind of a purple or maroon. And typically the whole baby cook machine is going to be green. So this one sold for $9.95 plus shipping. It went in a, let's see, I believe I shipped it. I did. It went in a medium flat rate mailer. They paid $10.81 for Smart Post. I went ahead and just put it in a medium flat rate box because I didn't want to waste one of my boxes and then have to drive over to the post office. I mean, to the FedEx, because FedEx is like 7-8 miles round trip, and it wasn't worth it to me to save 80 cents, 79 cents in a box. So I really wouldn't have saved anything. So net profit on that one was $5.39. Okay, let's see. Next up. These vintage suede hush puppy platforms were in my shed for like 3 years. And I even bought them at a store that's no longer there anymore. There's a Salvation Army that used to be across the street from my old house. Before I got into reselling, I lived directly across the street. Like I could have stepped out in my backyard and thrown a rock and hit the Salvation Army that was next to Goodwill. But I wasn't a reseller then. I didn't start reselling until about 6 months before we moved out of that house. So, boo. But I bought these, so it would have had to have been, like 4 years ago. And then they just sat in my shed. And I finally listed them. And then they sold. Imagine that. I paid like $3 for them. I think they were like $2.99 or $3.99. And the person that bought them apparently needed them for some type of event, because he's like, can you make sure I have these by Tuesday? So I guess he had something going on. But yeah, so they sold for $29.95. They fit into a regional A box. So my profits, I had profits on those of $14.17 was my profit on those. Yeah, I paid $2.99 for them. Okay, the last thing I sold, told you I only had 8 things, is I sold another one of my Mythbusters seasons that I bought. I bought these for $6.99, and I bought a whole bunch of different seasons. I had like season 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6, and 7, I think. I was missing one season, so I was really sad because I could have pieced them all together as like one big lot of Mythbusters. But I went ahead and just broke them up, and it was fine. I made the same amount of money as if I would have lotted them together. So $19.95 plus shipping on those, and my profit was $10.47 on that. So that's it. That's all I had. Those were all of my little tiny sales. And then on Amazon, yeah, going on Grumpy says we saw those shoes before. Yes, I talked about them on the reseller stew when we were talking about our like sale of the week, and it was a couple weeks ago. So yeah, we talked about them on this stew. I'm trying to get caught up, so there will be another sales update this week. I'm gonna do the entire month of August because I completely missed the entire month of August. So I'm gonna do the entire month of August as an update, and then I want to try to do like 2 next week, so that way I can get caught up, and then I'll only be like, the week will end, and then that Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, there'll be an update. So that way I'm not that far behind. I end up getting myself really far behind. So for my Amazon sales, and this is what I wanted to show you guys, how I get this put together in Excel. So I'm going to show you how to do it once I get done showing you what I did. So my sales for Amazon for that week is, all I sold were some of those wax melts that I'm now currently sold out of, and one CD. That's it. That's all I sold. So my total sales was $55.41, and I made a profit of $10.19 after all of these red fees and my cost of goods. So I want to show you how I get this. It's a really good way for me to save my sales numbers, just like I do with my eBay numbers. So we're going to do AZ transactions 10:02 through, I'm sorry, 10:02:16 through 10:08:16. So that's now saved. All right, so here's how I get this anyway. Let me get to Amazon's. My Amazon sales are like really down because I haven't sent anything in since March, I think March. I actually do have a shipment that's going in of stuff that I've had sitting around since July. So if you want to get a report like I just showed you, what you can do is go to your transactional view where your payments are, click on transaction view, and then up here where it's got your custom date, go ahead and put the dates that you want. So we're doing the week of the 2nd through the 8th. And then it's going to bring up all of your transactions for that particular week. What you do is you press the download button, and it's going to download a file called report. What you do with that report is you're going to bring it into Amazon. It's a text file. So if you just open it up and don't actually bring it into Excel, it looks like this. It's just a bunch of stuff all squished together. It's just a text file. But if you bring that text file into Excel, it's going to bring up this little import wizard. You're going to have it on delimited. It's already there. Like, it's everything that you need it to do is already selected. So you don't even have to press these next buttons. You can just press finish. And it's going to bring up the report like I showed you. And all I do is insert a column and move it over. So that way I can put my cost of goods. And then I just go in next to everything that I sold. So everything that's black next to the product charges. And I just put what my cost of goods was. It was -50 cents. Make sure you put the negative, or it's going to, it's not going to calculate correctly. So we're putting our cost of goods. And I messed up one. Here we go. And this was $1.99. Okay, so our cost of goods are here. And all you want to do is come down here, and we're going to make something called total, right? Total sales. For your total sales, and I know I'm getting really technical with you guys, but you can just go up here to your functions and press sum. And if you just select holding your control button, all of your sales numbers, it'll calculate them for you. And you just press enter, and there it is. And then our profit, we're going to hit this button that says auto sum. It's a function, and we're going to select everything, all the numbers, because that's going to be our sales numbers minus our cost of goods minus all of our fees, and it's going to give you your profit of $10. And I know if you don't know Excel, it's something that might seem really technical to you, but it is really not that complicated. I promise it's not that complicated. It's basically like 5 steps. And once you do it a couple of times, it's really easy. And so that's the way I make that spreadsheet for my Amazon transactions. I tried to see if Google Documents would do it in their Sheets section. It won't. It wouldn't convert a text file over to a spreadsheet. So it wasn't something that I could show you if you didn't have Excel. But Excel's a really good program to have because you need it for Easy Auction Tracker. And Easy Auction Tracker is very, very helpful for your eBay business because it's going to show you all of your numbers. You can keep track of all of your inventory. You can keep track of your costs. You can basically keep track of everything. It has your profits and losses and your profit charts showing you everything. You can put your expenses. You can put your mileage. It's got all your goodies in there. Even if you have like if you have a consignee business, it even has a section for that. You can assign like your fees and commissions, and it pretty much covers everything. Even things that you donate. If you had an item that you donated, you can put it in there and how much you donated it and how much your purchase cost was. So I would highly suggest Easy Auction Tracker. It's only $49 your first year. After that, you only pay $39 because you get a discount as being a return customer. If you're having trouble keeping track of your costs and your expenses and stuff like that for eBay, I would highly suggest that you take a look at it because it's totally changed the way that my numbers are done, and it gives me a clear picture of what my month is really looking like. Because before, I only knew like, oh, I made sales and I have some money in my account, but I had no idea at all that like what my real numbers were. So it's definitely something for you to pay attention to. Let me see if there's any questions. If we have any questions in the chat, go ahead and post them now. We're going to go ahead and close out. I didn't have a whole lot to show you today, but I didn't want to be like, oh, I had a crappy week, so I'm just not going to do it. It's what it is. So let me go ahead and check the chat and then we'll get back. Oh my gosh, did it not show you what everything that I just did? Oh, that's totally lame. Hang on. Did it not show you everything that I just did with that? Okay, did it show you what I did with the Amazon sheet? And not show you what I did with Easy Auction Tracker? I can be really dumb sometimes. Oh, it didn't show you. Okay. You want to do it one more time? We'll do it one more time. Sorry about that, guys. Share can be so weird. So it did, okay. Spiky says, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, real, thanks. Yeah, it didn't. Okay. Well, thank goodness I wasn't like picking my nose or like picking in my ears or whatever while I was thinking that I was showing you what I was doing like a ding dong. All right, let's try this again. My bad, you guys. This is what happens when you do things live. All right. So once you get your report for Amazon, I'm sorry I went through a whole spiel about Easy Auction Tracker. Let me go over to YouTube and make sure it's showing you. It's not showing you. It's showing you the matrix. Okay, there we go. All right. You're going to download, it's going to say report. So you open your report and it's going to bring up your wizard. And your wizard is going to be already selected with everything that you need done. So you're going to press finish, and then it's going to bring it up instead of in that notepad section, like that notepad looking thing. It's going to bring it up in a spreadsheet. And so you're going to just insert a column and put in your cost of goods. And then do minus your cost of goods. So everything that, like what you spent on your item. Minus 50 cents, minus 50 cents. Minus 50 cents, minus 50 cents. Then down here, I just put like total sales. And up here in the corner is where your function is. You're just going to click on it and put sum. And then if you do your mouse and you hold control, you are going to select every sale price. So those are your sales numbers. That's how much I sold. Then for your profits, just put another one there. And in this box, we're going to click the button that says auto sum. And we're just going to select everything like that. So that way it selects your cost of goods, your amount sold, and also all of your fees. And that didn't work because I put something as $50. There we go. So now it's got all of our profit and everything right there, summed up. Something changed. I did something weird. So that's how I make that spreadsheet for my transactions. Then let me go ahead and show you Easy Auction Tracker. Easy Auction Tracker has a section. I have one set up for Amazon inventory, but you have your eBay inventory, and every time you buy something, you can just basically put in your item and then any specifics that you want to put in and how much it cost you, where it's, if you sold it or not, where it's stored, where you bought it from, how much it weighs. Whenever it's sold, you can just say it's sold. And then that way, at the end of the year, this number, you'll have your ending inventory dollar amount. So you can just put that on your taxes of what you have left for inventory that's not sold. See, it has it right here, total on-hand inventory. And then at the end of the year, when you're done with your tracker and you get a new one, it'll actually transfer all of this information over to your new spreadsheet. On your eBay, it keeps track of everything. It pulls all of this information in from eBay automatically. I don't enter anything on this page except my costs of goods. It's the only thing that I enter in. Everything else is pulled for me. All of these numbers, purchase price, shipping and handling, how much I actually paid for shipping and handling, all of my fees, and then what my profit is. And then it also will have all the customers' information and all of that. I don't use any of this stuff at all. What you can also do when you have to do your sales tax, and I'm going to pull everything for Texas, I can sort by my states. And then all I need are the Texas ones for me to do my sales tax. And you can see there's even a sales tax collected column as well. eBay doesn't always collect my sales tax for some reason. So I make sure to go ahead and pull my actual numbers. Because if you look on this report here, like here's my sales tax. This is what I have sold in Texas, and this is all that eBay's collected. And I don't know why, because I have them instructed to pull sales tax. Shark Mom asks, can you download from Easy Auction Tracker all of your information? Download it where? Because it's in Excel, so it's on your computer. It's already down. It's already there. Do you need Excel for both Amazon and eBay? For both, because Easy Auction Tracker only works on Excel as well. And if you ever start actually doing where you have to send in files to Amazon and stuff like that, they're done in a spreadsheet as well. So anyway, it also shows you your profits and losses. It has everything there. You got your quarter, you got your profit chart. You can put your expenses, your mileage, and then if you're doing consignment, it has a consignment page. There are videos that she has that show you how to do every single thing in this whole spreadsheet. So anyway, I hope that rounded it up since I did it again a second time because I wasn't paying attention. My bad. Oops. Taxable sales are different from sales tax collected. Yes, totally different. That on that spreadsheet, no, you missed it. Hang on, because let me get back to it. Where's it at? The taxable sales, this is sales. These are sales for Texas. And these are sales for what they collected sales tax on. Texas is only, the only thing that doesn't have sales tax on it is water and food. But clothing and shoes and everything else that I sell has tax. So I have to pay taxes on all of that stuff. All right, guys, I think that's it. I'm really sorry I did a total fail on you with the not showing the spreadsheet. And LibreOffice isn't Excel, and it's not going to work with Easy Auction Tracker. They're mentioning LibreOffice. It won't pull the information in. It only works with Excel. And it won't work with OpenOffice either. So it's because it has a macros in it. Like there's a token that attaches to your eBay, and then it's able to automatically pull all of your information into it because you gave it permission. So yeah, they only collected like $23. That's not a percentage, that's a dollar amount. I owe $250 and they only collected 24. So anyway, all right, you guys, I'm gonna go. My daughter's got art class in an hour and I need to clean off this table because I need to take pictures. But thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.